Go ahead and talk.
Oh man, that was the weirdest thing I've ever seen. It must be the pumpkin spice or something because that thing fell. You don't even know what it is because you're on it, you people. But the thing that transmits you into our homes went away.
Yeah, the camera fell. No, we're good. We're streaming live right now.
Streaming and screaming like the Screaming Eagles in 1928. I told you they gave up 2 points all year, right?
Really?
Yeah.
All right, we are on. All right, sorry guys, the camera fell.
That was crazy.
Yeah, we're running behind now on this.
It's all right. We'll make it up. So the 5A's look like this. The game of the week, Sherryland and Vets, 4-2 each. So what do you think happens there? Where are you going?
Just moving it up so your head's not chopped off. All right.
Not much to chop.
Yeah. Here's the interesting thing. Vets has a hard couple weeks, to get into the playoffs.
Sherryland, well, they got one hard week, then they finished with Valley View.
Yeah, that's true.
So, but Sherryland's
got like the mother load.
They have to win.
They got to be Vets, and then they go on the road, I believe, to play Rio. So just that alone, right there. They've got the worst in 5A's. They probably got one of the
worst. What a league, man! Look at these guys. They do. Pioneer and Nixon are 5-1. You're not going to faintly praise Nixon, or are you just going to tell the truth?
Funny thing is, I was in Laredo yesterday, and got back late with that staff. We were there, and I was on the field. I was the only one on the field from the Valley. Yeah. Good job, News. But man, you look at that team. And they came
had good
out,
runners, huh?
Yeah. They didn't say what was like. One coach talked to me a little bit, about our picks.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
The coaches know.
Yeah, yeah. The coaches know. They say they watch us on there. By the way, thank you for watching.
Yeah, that's cool.
But their players after the game, they came. They let me know. Yeah, but you know what?
In a fun way.
Yeah.
They weren't like, hey, listen, you can grab your shirt.
Yeah. But impressed. I am impressed with that team because. They got some runners. They got a big tight end. Their quarterback is shifty. Yeah. They run the slot T. So unless you play Westaco every year, you're not going to see that slot T, and it's run pretty well. I mean, this is run like old Westaco. Yeah. And
well, they played well in the second half, right?
Yeah, they turned up the defense in the second half.
Which is what they didn't do against Rio. They turned it over 5 times. Mm-hmm. So they must have
didn't get those big plays over the top. Their quarterback looked a little shell shocked. Hard. They were throwing a lot of flats, but he wasn't hitting the flats very well on Saturday. But and that's a credit to Nixon because Nixon's defense is that fast. They really close out on the receivers.
Pioneer and Nixon both have relatively fun schedules to come.
Yes.
Right? Pioneer does end with Roma, but it's not a Roma team that's in the echelon that it has been. So those teams might end up 7-1, of course, a co-championship, but the seed would go then to Nixon because they beat Pioneer head-to-head.
Yeah.
All right. Sherryland and Vets at 4-2. Golly, man. I mean, so Diego continues to go nuts. He got 2,900 yards. He's heading to 30 touchdowns. The return of Landry Gilpin was a tonic. 16 catches in the game, one of the highest totals in the history of the Valley. Kid from PSJ North, Tani Martinez had 20, and then a kid from Raymondville maybe had more. But I mean,
yeah, and it doesn't really matter. I'm gonna tell you this right now. No matter how many degrees you get, you're still stupid sometimes. And I went all the way to Rio for the game, the back way from Edinburgh, and then I had to drive to Mission. But I got there in the second half. And that's all I needed to see because Gilpin had 3 touchdowns in the second half. Diego Hernandez throwing some just darts, and then
were they rolling him out, or was he throwing from the pocket?
A couple he was rolling out. Actually, all of them he was rolled out. But Gilpin was running. I don't know if he broke off his routes. I have to look at the film again on that one. But he was.
So he's ready.
Yeah,
obviously.
Yeah, he's ready. All right,
and good because Guerrero is not exactly 100%. Still caught 8 for 81.
Yeah, and I like to still think though when Guerrero's out there. That he commands that.
You're not going to cover Spider-Man. He's the amazing Spider-Man. The problem is their backs are starting to go down one after the other.
Yeah.
Martinez comes back. Buddha is out. So, God, it's like 3 or 4 years ago. Remember, Vets had that real good team and they kept getting injured?
Yeah. But their defense is going to have to pick it up the next couple weeks because when Rio goes off and puts a bunch of points on you, and they're a defensive team.
Yeah.
It's
what does that say about Sherryland? It might be one of those 50 to 40 games. So Sherryland at Vets is a great ball game. Last week, Veterans has, let's see, Sharyland has Rio and Valley View has Vets. So, yeah, Vets wins this one, they're going to
Yeah, that's a game of the week contender.
Oh, I think I may even go there myself. Now, Pioneer at Martin. Martin is really not that bad, and you first figured that out for us early in the season.
Yeah,
I wonder if any
Rio.
Martin Tiger fans on there. Hopefully, a few. They're 3-3, man. It's not inconceivable. Yeah, remember the Princess Bride?
Yeah.
Inconceivable. Yeah, I don't. Well, it's not quite
Yeah.
that, but
Yeah.
working good enough.
Yeah. Sorry to anybody with a speech impediment. We just
Right, yeah.
we just ruined your life.
Yeah, it's
All right.
not just PC this week. Martin's not bad.
Yeah, they're not. They got a great quarterback. He doesn't throw as much as he runs, but that's when you got a guy that tall. You know, he can pick up ground.
They put a bunch of points on Figueroa now. Okay, so but Pioneer is playing like a champ, man. I mean, what can I say?
They didn't sleep on Valley View last week. So.
No, it was 14 up early on because the Tigers, were able to make some things happen with Adam Solis, and at that point in time, the Diamondbacks asserted themselves and acquitted themselves very nicely. They're getting a lot of takeaways, man.
Yeah.
A lot of interceptions. That defense is fast, and so against Martin, now they got to go over there. So this is the kind of game where if you think you're as good as you say you are, and as good as we say you are, you go and take care of business against Martin. I don't see why they wouldn't.
Yeah.
All right. And who else do we have here? Let's see. Well, Rio's off.
Yeah, Rio's off.
And that's a killer because you'd sure like to be able to pick up another win, but they've had their chances. They're only 4-3. Martin somehow upsets Pioneer. They're 4-3. I do not see that happening. So Sharyland and Betts is the linchpin of the year.
Yeah.
Right here, man. Who wants it more? Who's going to play better football? That's a great game, right? Because Sharyland is like that old lion you can't quite put away. Nixon took him down. I'll give him credit for that, but Sharyland's not out. You know me, I back that old horse, man, and until it won't run no more. And I'm not willing to say they won't be back.
I think there's a good chance. I mean, it just depends if Vets' defense can hold them. Vets' offense can put up 30-some points, so they can keep Sharyland under 28. You got to win.
42-40. Is it going to be like one of those Mac Allen and Memorial games from back in the day?
Yeah.
One of those crazy high-scoring track meets, not decided until the last kickoff. It runs it all the way back to the 2. We will see. Okay, so Nixon and Vets looking at big school. Okay, if Rio gets in and those two teams gets in, Rio will be small. So will Sharyland. Pioneer is the smallest team in the district, kind of like Vale over there in 31-6A. So Pioneer will definitely be the small.
Yeah,
and that may get them at counts.
Yeah.
What a game!
Interesting. Yeah.
And if Sharyland gets in, maybe a Mercedes matchup or rematch from last year. We saw that game.
Yeah, but it's no guarantee that Ed Couch makes, because here there are some stipulations we're going to throw out there right now, because Ed Couch is playing Lopez next week, and Lopez went and just shocked the world last week. They were like, what?
What
was
did
the
we
score?
say? Did we say we're going to do something crazy if Lopez won? No, if they won district, right? We didn't say if they beat.
But there's a chance.
Man,
At least a share.
Lopez 4-1, Mercedes 4-1. Now after losing, they didn't run the ball. They didn't run the ball, and it was like the old problems earlier in the season. They didn't throw exquisitely well.
Yeah.
The Lopez defense deserves a lot of credit, man, because I know about Echevarria. That guy's a great player. And Olivo had another 100. He got 1,000 now. But I didn't think that defense was capable of putting it on Mercedes like it did. They didn't have a 250 or something. Man. They didn't get it going. And here's what Lopez did. They blocked the punt, and they scored a touchdown right off the bat and got ahead. And what that meant was Mercedes couldn't play that we're the old favorite, type stuff. They had to come back, and they didn't. It was 21-7. They only came back in the fourth. A couple of touchdown passes, and it got close. But Echevarria also, that's how he kicks a field goal.
Yeah.
Great kick. Well, it's a soccer.
Yeah, as long as you get a big lead on Mercedes, you can ride that cushion. And, Lopez played good enough defense to hold them out.
Right.
And then just kind of held on to that lead, and then
He got close at the end. But I'm going to tell you something I was thinking about the other day. Brownsville Veterans and Lopez were 6As. So numbers and size-wise, coming down to 5A is a good lick.
Yeah.
It means that Lopez wasn't that big in 6A, but in this district, it's not small.
They're just right, yeah.
And they're rugged, and they don't make a lot of mistakes, and they have the belief, and they got back off the ground after they lost, and they beat what we said was the top team in the district. So if you're looking at Coach of the Year, man, Jason Starkey's got my vote right now.
Yeah.
Okay,
Really.
close is J.J. Lecha and High, and there's a couple others, but, what can you say? So now, what's the schedule look like right now? Okay, Lopez at Ed Couch. Ed Couch is 3-2. If they win, they're in, because they finished with Porter. No offense, but Porter not won a game all year. I don't see Ed Couch losing. So if they lose, though, who does that open the door for? Look who's coming up behind us.
It's a team who nobody gave them a chance about 2 weeks ago.
Just like I'm backing Sharyland, not to win like I like them, but I'm backing them and believing in them. Donna's not out.
Mm-hmm.
Donna's
Donna
not
has
out.
a chance right now. Donna
yes,
has a
they
chance.
beat Pace this week. They're both 2-3. If they beat Pace, they're 3-3. If Ed Couch loses to Lopez, they're 3-3. Comes down to the last week. You know, Donna had more injuries this year than any team I can recall in a while. I mean, you can talk about Rowe and McAllen, some other teams, Edinburgh North. But Donna's been decimated, man. They got Noel Pettis over there playing a running back. I mean, he's actually probably pretty good. But I mean, a lot of guys are just having to hold the line, right? But Donna and Pace is an elimination game, both are 2-3. But if Donna wins and Ed Couch loses, all of a sudden it gets pretty crazy.
Yeah,
and it can happen. Although Pace, like I told you, this Aguilar kid, I've been checking out in him. He will throw a pick. He's got 10, but he makes things happen.
Yeah,
and he makes the pace of that team. Get it? Pace.
Yeah,
like pace. Makes it way quicker. So they're just not kind of going yard for yard and punt the ball. They are dangerous. Okay, so Donna better look out because they're looking ahead to see if they can get into the playoffs. Pace could beat them. They play at home. So
yeah,
that's a fun thing there. Porter and Mercedes, boy, the Tigers, they're going to be some kind of pissed, man.
Yeah.
I mean, that's just all there is to it. They blew their chance to seal away the district title. You know what I mean?
And right now, Porter's going, thanks a lot, Lopez.
I know, yeah, exactly.
Because,
Southmost favor here. They got a little.
Yeah. But, so, I mean, this district, you know, it's starting to, you can kind of see the top tier teams, but then 4.
Brownsville Veterans, man, is winning week by week, and they're getting able to have another 100. But they here's the thing: they haven't gotten a big yardage the last couple of games or the big scores. 21-7 here, 23-9 here. Does it matter?
No, I mean, really, it doesn't. I mean, you look at this right now; they're winning, and we've seen them crank it up against Ed Chelsea. So you know that they can put points 50. On the board. Yeah. Now, the interesting thing is, if Lopez wins, if Mercedes and Brownsville Vets keep going, they're going to have one loss each. It'll be a 3-way tie for the top spot. And
well, let's talk about that.
Yeah.
Right on, because Veterans, if they beat Donna North, will be 5-1, and they're at Donna. See, Donna can play its way in, man.
Yeah.
All you got to do is beat Pace and Vets.
Yeah.
And they're 4-3, and they make it. And everybody was counting them out. I told you they weren't that bad. And then if they got it together, and man, sometimes you just need to be able to catch a breath and say, hey, who's playing left guard? Good Lord, I've never seen you in my life.
Yeah.
When that starts to happen, you're going to lose. But if you get guys coming back and see, the thing is, those kids have toughness and they have grit, and they don't like the fact that they haven't played well. So they're ready to come back and do this. Don't count Donna out. So Mercedes 4-1 plays Porter. They probably be 5-1, and they're at Donna North, which we liked Donna North at the beginning. But when Dominic Ochoa went out, even though Gomez has came in and has 500-something yards, it doesn't seem like the same team. They haven't gotten the wins. They haven't won.
No, and they didn't really put up an effort against Donna High, so, you know.
Nothing.
Yeah,
That's another factor. The Donna defense is starting to assert itself. I told you they had 7 guys back. So, hey, Donna's my surprise team of the week. Sorpresa. Equipo de sorpresa. I'm teaching you Spanish here.
Very good.
I'm teaching myself. Lopez 4-1. If they beat Ed Cats, they'll be 5-1. They finish with pace.
Yeah.
If they don't, you think that Ed Couch is over there? What they saying this week about Lopez?
Oh,
because there's guys on there that want to hear about Lopez, right?
Yeah.
And I like that team.
Yeah.
But what is Ed Couch saying? Come on.
Ed Couch is probably thinking, nah, you know, we got it. But, you know, that's the thing. I think Mercedes is probably the same way. You know.
And look what happened, right? Yeah.
So,
Thank you, Mercedes,
yeah.
says Ed Couch, because you told us, hey, these guys are for real.
Yeah.
And we're going to have to play our butts out to win. So if Lopez had lost, that would have been another story.
Yeah.
Because then they could have overlooked him. But that Couch right now was going, damn.
Yeah.
They beat Mercedes. Mercedes beat us.
Yeah.
That kind of makes you think, well, are we really that good? Or what happened? What kind of crazy magic happened? And we're gonna do the right thing.
Yeah. I will say this. I talked to some coaches on the other side of the
other
valley.
side. Like out through a medium.
31-5.
The other
Yeah.
side.
I did go to a abandoned funeral home the other day.
Is it?
Yeah, I sat on the embalming table.
Incredible.
No, seriously, I did. Actually did. I got a picture of it. Really nice.
Yeah.
But
Don't be so stiff.
Yeah. No, but I talked to some coaches in 31-5A, and they actually don't think that this district is as hot as everybody thinks it is. No. And to be honest with you, the other side of the valley, that district's more competitive.
5 teams.
Yeah, but having said that, who knows? Who knows, like, what's going to happen in the first round?
Who knows what evil lurks in the hearts of men?
Look at last year. I mean, Donna lost to Michigan Vets. You know, Ed Couch beat Roma, I think.
Bad.
Yeah. So, like, you know, you never know. I mean, you could be a lower seed and win, but it's going to be interesting because, you know.
So you're telling me that you think that is there Vets, Mercedes, and Lopez? How many teams over here are better? Is Pioneer better than all of them?
The way they're playing right now, I would
Nixon?
say yes. Yes.
What about vets? It's going to be vets and vets maybe in the playoffs.
Offensively, yeah. Here's the thing. Offensively, I think 31-5A is better.
Right.
And so, and then you look at Rio's defense, Pioneer's defense. They're pretty good. I think it's a hard matchup for 32. But
you go into that Rio and Pioneer defense thing again? Remember last week? Speed against grit and toughness.
Yeah.
Right. Rio's not as fast, but they'll hit you. Pioneer, when it hits you, is hard to beat because they're fast. Here's what I'm looking at. Lopez and Brownsville veterans will be big if things happen the way I think against Nixon and Vets or Rio. It depends. If Vets is out, Rio's in as a big school. Vets against Vets. Spy against Spy. That would be a great game. I'd love to see that.
Yeah.
Because you have Gustavo the Great and Gilpin the Wounded Warrior returns.
Yeah.
Man, I'm telling you, that would be fun. Diego, golly. Small, Ed Couch and Mercedes have been that way for years. Parentheses, I have Donna because I have not counted Donna out.
Yeah.
Or Pace. Versus Sharyland, Pioneer, or Rio. So if I don't know, man. I'm starting to get worried about Sharyland.
Yeah.
Why?
They're gonna have to, because you got to win a big game in the next 2 weeks, and if you lose this week, then that Rio game just becomes more tight. And
so you got to win this
scary.
week to get that win you need, and then Rio doesn't matter as much. So this is the game, man. Sharyland is best. I'll tell you this: no matter which district is better, there's a ton of good players. Coaches that we know and love. The action has been phenomenal so far, and it ain't over yet, man. The 5As, again, it's the second year in a row that we said it's almost as much fun or more, depending on your taste culture, than the 6As. Although I'm getting excited about La Villa Santa Maria. I ain't worried about it. Whatever. All right, so we'll take